Did you know you can search unindexed records online? Not all images are indexed, therefore, when you're doing searches, they're not going to show up. I'm going to show you how to find them and how to research them. But if this is your first time here, my name is Connie Knox. I am a lifelong genealogist here to help you go further, faster, and factually with your family history research. There is a Facebook page, a newsletter, and a website. Make sure you're hooked up with all those. Links are in the description box below. All right, now, the unindexed records, they can provide some really seriously good stuff. Well, how do you search them if they're not indexed? I'm going to show you how. And I did this episode originally as an episode for my North Carolina Ancestry channel. It's called NC Ancestry. And I am demonstrating this technique on unindexed U.S. Census enumeration maps. That's right, there are maps that match some of these census records. And so I am showing you how to find the unindexed records. So that may be the tip that you need to find some more unindexed records and how to research them. Now, I've always wanted to see on a map how a census taker walked, but these maps, might be able to help you figure it out. So with that, you might also be able to figure out exactly where your ancestors live. There is a handout for this with step-by-step instructions on how I did what I did in this video. That is for the information access level channel members. So if you want to become a channel member, make sure you hit the join button below this video on the YouTube channel. You can learn more about it there. All right, let's jump over to the computer and take a look at these unindexed records. Here's how you do that. So you go to search and you hit records. And then what you do is you pick your county and your state. So I'm going to pick North Carolina because that's where I research a lot. There we go. And then once you're here, you're going to scroll all the way down to where you see image only historical records. Now basically what this is saying is these are not indexed records, but the images are there and you can scroll through them. And one of the things I discovered here was some enumeration maps. Now, depending on the location, you may not find census enumeration maps, but boy, these are fun if you can find them. But there's also all kinds of records that you could actually thumb through. And once you start going through them, you can kind of get a sense of how they're organized on the microfilm. And you can, once you start going, okay, wait a minute, this is in alphabetical order, or this is totally loose and there's no logic to the way these images are organized. Or sometimes you can kind of see that they're broken up by districts. So take a look at the front matter on these rolls and kind of get a sense of where they're looking, because a lot of times you can find your ancestors in these records without an index. So this is something I stumbled across the other day. I absolutely love it. I had forgotten about these images. And so the United States Enumeration District Maps for the 12th through the 16th U.S. Census, that's 1900 through 1940. So it gives you a description of how to use this collection. I highly recommend you read through that for a moment. It also gives you a source citation, but let's browse these records. So my ancestor is in North Carolina. He's in North Carolina and he is in Randolph County. So I'm going to pick this roll 44, Alamance County through Rowan County, 1900 through 1940. And as you can see, this particular state is broken up into two different rolls. So I'm going to pick roll 44. Once I get here, end of roll, please rewind. But this is image number 1. So this whole microfilm is backwards. So let's go to second image for a second. Okay, so that's correct because this roll is Alamance through Rowan County. And here we are, Rowan County. And if we scroll forward, you can see there are several maps here for Rowan County. Now, you can use this multi-image button and you can zoom in on this and zoom out so you don't see quite so many images at one time. And what I like to do is I like to scroll through until I see the front matter for each, or at least something that I can read of each one. Now I'm looking for Randolph County. So once I've figured out that these images are in reverse order, Randolph County should be just a little bit behind me. Jump ahead to like image 25 and see what we get. And we're in Reedsville. I'm looking for front matter in one of these images to give me a sense of what county I'm looking at. Now here, if we look at this closer, this is Pasquotank County, so I've gone too far. So it's not image 139, that's for sure. Let's go to image 100 and back out. Roxborough, Person County. So we got to go backwards even farther. I went too far. 75. This is perfect. This is Asheboro and this is Randolph County. Beautiful. Now check this out. This is Randolph County. It says, it shows you on this map, the border down here below is Montgomery County. Over here we've got Davidson County, and you can't really see the top. But the cool part is my ancestors in Back Creek. So you can kind of see really close. Let me see if I can get any closer. These little dots that are on here is each individual house. So as I'm sitting here trying to map my ancestors' locations, I know he lived on Back Creek. And here's Back Creek. I might be able to use these maps to help me follow along on the census record as to exactly where the census taker walked, right? He may have gone around this block. I don't know. But I'm trying to establish that my Davis ancestors and my Henley ancestors lived very close together within walking distance, and I believe it's right in this area. So this map is going to be very helpful to me. So the trick is to take a look at the roll, even though it's not indexed. Take a look at the roll. Go backward and forward, jump ahead 100 images if you have to. There's 1,000 images here, and kind of get a sense of where you are. And then you can slowly refine. You can, jump back and forth, maybe 100 images at a time till you get close. Then maybe you start jumping 50 images at a time so you can start getting closer, then narrow it down to 25 images, then maybe 10 images and 5 images until you find what you're looking for. The bonus tip, here you go. So the bonus tip is this. So anytime that you are in a record, just about anywhere in the family search area, I'm big on keeping research notes, and I'm big on keeping track of where we find our records. And instead of just grabbing an image and throwing it in my file and forgetting about it, I want to know where I found it and how I could get back there again, because there might be more information here, maybe on images before and after this that become important later on. So I want to know where I got this from. Well, this little information tab right down here, you pop that open and you scroll down with the little scroll bar over here, and it says citation. Copy this citation. How easy is that? I don't have to highlight it. I don't have to do nothing. All I have to do is hit that copy button, and it says up here that I have copied it to my clipboard. I go over to my research notes and I paste it into my research notes. It's that easy. Family Search is really good at their citations. A well-written citation as to where I can find this image again should I want to. So there's your bonus tip. I hope that was helpful. As a reminder, there is a handout for this. If you are a channel member at the information access level, you have access to it in the community tab. All right, there are more videos on the screen for you now to help you with your genealogical journey. So I will see you over there.